them. Why? Smith knew better than to dismiss these warnings or to head into the ice. He was compelled to stay the course. It really does seem that some other forces at work. William T. Stead. The most famous Englishman to die on the Titanic was William Thomas Stead. Remember that name? He was one of the two men, the other being Thomas Douglas Murray, who conducted strange psychic experiments around the mummy case back in 1906. He was also a very important public figure. Stead was the most famous British newspaperman of his day. He was a pioneer of investigative journalism. When Stead started his career, no one else did what he did. His style of journalism, however, was quickly imitated and is now the standard element of big-time reporting. He also became a successful editor. Most of what Stead reported on was earthly topics. He was peace-loving and supported children's rights, women's rights, and other notable causes. The man worked hard for positive change and helped make some of it happen. If you were to personally talk with Stead, you would probably like him. He was known to be a decent acting, likable guy with great charisma. Unlike a lot of public figures, he didn't seem to have any personal scandals. However, what he reported about and how he did it was often the subject of controversy. Stead's interest in the occult is what secured his reputation as an eccentric. His fondness for the subject was viewed as downright nutty, especially in the stuffy Victorian era. He followed the case of the unlucky mummy and was certainly interested in it. However, he refused to write about it himself. Stead admitted to being scared of the mummy's wrath. He knew what had happened to another well-known journalist who had followed the case. But apparently, Stead thought it was okay to visit the unlucky mummy in the museum. Eccentric indeed. While on the Titanic, Stead had dinner with Frederick Seward. Seward, who was fortunate to have survived, later recalled that Stead talked heavily of the occult and, in particular, the unlucky mummy in the British Museum. At least he still thought it was at the British Museum. Shortly after their dinner, a little over an hour later, is when the Titanic first struck the ice. What happened after that has become the stuff of patriotic British legend. Stead was self-sacrificing and helped women and children onto the lifeboats. He gave his life jacket to another passenger. It's even been said